Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Labs News, your home for everything XRP, Ripple, and the evolving crypto landscape. Today, we've got some insane updates. The XRP Ledger has officially made it into the Guinness World Records. Yes, you heard that right. But that's just the beginning. We're also diving deep into Jake Claver's latest insights on the upcoming spot XRP ETFs, why they matter for institutional money, and how they could reshape the entire crypto market. Plus, there are multiple new filings with the SEC that may signal that spot XRP ETF approvals are closer than ever. So let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen, because things are heating up fast. XRP Ledger Guinness World Record. So, let's start with the big headline. The XRP Ledger is now in the Guinness Book of World Records. At the Japan Expo, a character named Nyan had NFTs minted using the XRP Ledger and the SVI Group wallet, setting the record for the most NFTs ever issued in a single event. On October 9th, nearly 9.94 million NFTs were minted. That's right, almost 10 million. And the event has been officially recognized by Guinness. Now, some people might shrug and ask, okay, why does that even matter? But here's the thing. This record-setting moment is a massive demonstration of the XRP Ledger's scalability, real-world utility, and its ability to handle massive transaction volumes at virtually no cost. This isn't just about bragging rights. It's about proving that XRP's technology can handle enterprise-level blockchain use cases at scale. And that's exactly what institutions, governments, and regulators are looking for in a blockchain they can actually trust. Why this record matters. This milestone proves that the XRP Ledger can mint and manage millions of NFTs efficiently, a crucial step toward mainstream blockchain adoption. Think about the practical use cases this unlocks. Event ticketing, NFT-based tickets for concerts, conferences, and sports events. Verified, authentic, and impossible to counterfeit. Digital certifications. Universities or corporations can instantly issue millions of diplomas, credentials, or licenses as verifiable NFTs. Supply chain tracking. Companies can trace luxury goods or high-value pharmaceuticals through NFTs that record every step of the product's journey. Community engagement. Brands can issue millions of NFT-based loyalty rewards, memberships, or exclusive collectibles. Government services, digital IDs, health passes, and public records, all safely secured and verifiable on-chain. So this Guinness record isn't just a cool achievement. It's proof that the XRP Ledger can support real-world applications on a massive scale. Jake Claver's take on spot XRP ETFs. Now, let's talk about something that could completely reshape XRP's future, spot ETFs. Jake Claver recently broke down the key difference between futures ETFs and spot ETFs, and why only spot ETFs will create real buying pressure for XRP. Here's the short version. Futures ETFs don't buy any XRP. Not a single token. They're just paper contracts settled in cash. So even though they trade under the XRP name, they never actually touch the real XRP supply. That means zero impact on price or scarcity. Spot ETFs, on the other hand, are backed by actual XRP. Every dollar that flows into a spot ETF requires real XRP tokens to be purchased and held in custody, usually by Coinbase or Anchorage. Depending on the fund, that's roughly 5 to 50 XRP per share. Those tokens get locked up and removed from circulation until investors sell. That's where the real demand shock begins. And that's why spot ETFs are the real game changer. How this affects XRP price. We've already seen how this played out for Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures ETFs launched way back in 2017, and not much happened. But once the spot Bitcoin ETFs went live in January 2024, that's when the price truly took off. The same dynamic is now forming around XRP. Futures ETFs were just the SEC's warm-up act. The real fireworks start once those spot ETFs are approved, because institutions will be forced to buy real XRP off the open market, and liquidity is already thin. Right now, there's maybe 2 billion XRP sitting on exchanges, give or take. Retail investors probably own around 2 billion XRP total, while Ripple controls about 35 billion in escrow and another 5 to 7 billion XRP for liquidity operations. That means only about 55 billion XRP are realistically available, most of which are held by whales and institutions, not small investors. So, when ETFs start buying aggressively, supply could dry up fast, leading to what analysts are calling a mathematical supply shock. ETF filings and timeline. Now, onto the latest updates. We are very close to the finish line. Grayscale's XRP ETF approval countdown is just 7 days away, and new filings are pouring in. Bitwise has submitted their S-1 form, while Canary Capital and 21 Shares have refiled amended XRP ETF applications with the SEC. But here's the real kicker. These new filings are aligned with the SEC's generic listing rulebook, which dramatically speeds up the approval process. Under the old system, ETFs could take up to 240 days to be approved. Under the new framework, it can happen in as little as 60 to 75 days, provided the requirements are met. This means we could see spot XRP ETFs go live as soon as this quarter, not 2026 like some analysts claim. Of course, the SEC still needs to clarify a few things. XRP's commodity classification, custody standards, and liquidity mechanisms. But the overall tone from regulators has shifted from hostile to curious. Institutional positioning and market crash. And here's something interesting. Right before all these ETF filings, we saw that massive market crash on October 11th. Some analysts believe it wasn't a random event at all. According to Martin Heisenheisbach, it may have been a coordinated attack exploiting a vulnerability in Binance's margin system. The exploit triggered a chain reaction of forced liquidations, wiping out hundreds of millions in collateral and driving down prices across the board. Losses are estimated between $500 million and $1 billion. It's a reminder that while crypto infrastructure keeps evolving, security and collateral policies at major exchanges still have serious flaws. And yet, right after that dip, institutional buying started to spike. Coincidence? Maybe not. Many believe institutions were quietly accumulating XRP and other assets while prices were at record lows, preparing for ETF-driven demand. Geopolitical tension and final thoughts. Meanwhile, global politics continue to play into this. The US and China are once again locking horns over trade and tech control, while figures like J.D. Vance and President Trump are signaling a desire for diplomatic balance. Whether that leads to another trade war or a new era of negotiation, it will definitely affect markets, and crypto will be right in the middle of it. The bottom line is this. XRP just proved its scalability to the world by breaking a Guinness World Record. Spot ETF approval may be only days away. Institutional demand is set to collide with record-low exchange liquidity. If history repeats itself the way it did with Bitcoin, we could be on the verge of the most significant XRP price discovery phase we've ever seen. Stay alert, stay informed, and as always, keep your eyes on the charts and your head in the game. This has been Crypto Labs News, your trusted source for XRP and crypto market intelligence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.